or go to mygf9.com right now.
Lynch in the backfield. Russell throws inside. Oh my God! Picked off at the goal line. It's picked off by butler. Intended for Lockett at the goal line. Oh my word! With 20 seconds left.
When my team needed me, I had to make a play, so I just had to do it.
And the game is over. The game is over. The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
They gave up on it. It was the coach's decision. Could have changed their game, though.
Sure that he felt like he could have helped. We have to make a decision that we feel are best for the football team, and so I did. So.
Belichick, you're an idiot.
It was an outright disgrace. Who does something like that? Malcolm Butler played 97.8% of the defensive snaps in the regular season, so no matter what plan the Patriots had played over the course of the regular season and into the playoffs, Malcolm Butler was always a part of the plan.
I ain't Miss Creole, so I can't tell the piece.
Well, Malcolm Butler has refuted any of the rumors floating around as to why he didn't play on defense in the Super Bowl. Here's his exact quote. During my 4-year career with the Patriots, I've always given it everything I have to play at a high level. I would never do anything to hurt my teams. Hurt my team's chances of winning a game, including this year's Super Bowl, where I visited with my family every night. During Super Bowl week, I never attended any concert, missed curfew, or participated in any of the ridiculous activities being reported. They are not only false, but hurtful to me and my family. Several Patriots players have liked and or commented on Butler's Instagram post, including Tom Brady, who wrote, "Love you, Malcolm. You are an incredible player and teammate and friend, always." Much of what he's reacting to has been speculated. Did he break a team rule? Was he out too late? Was this a curfew? You know, all of those things. He says no. Team's not saying much. Let's start with the players' reaction.
I was going to say, the team actually is saying much in the sense that guys that don't normally say anything are now saying stuff. Like the idea that Tom Brady is going to come out and support a teammate who, let's be honest, is not going to be a New England Patriot a year from, next season. He's basically coming out and supporting that player instead of the coaching staff that is saying that they decided not to play him because it was a game plan thing and they thought they were better off with other corners.
At first, I thought they were saving him for the last part of the game.
This was not a disciplinary decision because I think if it was
probably does, and so what it does is it leads credence to the idea that it was a bad decision.
Well, I'm just saying, but the first hurdle people want to clear is why is he not playing, and people seem reticent to buy into the idea. And I know we've talked about it throughout the day. Off the air, this was a coaching decision. Like maybe they just truly thought they had better personnel equipped to handle the Eagles. As difficult as that may be to believe. Now then you can get to the second layer, which is whether or not it was a good coaching decision, and based on the outcome of the game, how could you argue it was?
Well, let's go back to the initial point that this was about the matchups and the personnel, and numbers don't tell the whole story. I understand that, but still, 98% of the plays almost during the season, 100% of the snaps during the first 2 playoff games, Bill. So, is it conceivable that this was really a matchup decision?
Well, first of all, yes, it's conceivable because the Patriots play defense and matchup defense more and better than anybody else in football. So that is certainly conceivable. Secondly, when you look at it on the surface, you say, well, because Rowe plays a lot of nickel and dime, what you really were doing was trading Butler for Batamosi. And so was that because Batamosi's a better tackler and they were more worried about the running game or run after the catch perhaps than they otherwise would be? There's been no explanation. The bottom line is that Malcolm Butler is headed for free agency. And to some degree, he's going to have to answer people, potential employers as to why he was benched. And all this innuendo has to be dealt with.
Well, let me ask you this, Bill. As somebody who'd be doing those interviews in part, what would you ask him and what would be an acceptable answer?
I would ask him the following questions. When were you told you were going to be benched and why? And give me all of the reasons and tell me what you did that week. Did you break curfew? Did you have some unauthorized person in your room? Did you go someplace you shouldn't have gone? Did you miss a meeting? Were you in fact ill? And if you were ill, how long were you ill? Did you miss any practice time? It'll be a pretty thorough grilling to try and get to the bottom of all of this.
This is obviously a different discussion, or maybe a non-issue had the Patriots won the game, but they didn't.
Of course.
And this was a glaring omission, it would seem, given their previous history. Coming up, a story about the special connection between a 10-year-old football player and Carson Wentz that's inspired folks across the country.